Hi everybody, this is Victoria. Welcome back to another new episode of Art Tutorials. Today we're going to learn how to draw any picture reference by using these 5 easy steps, and it's called simplifying our picture reference. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in to see how we could simplify a picture of what we want to draw into basic shapes, and also breaking it down so that we can make it easy for ourselves to understand what we're drawing and also be able to draw it on a piece of paper. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. So first what we'll need is a pencil. I use HB pencil. You can use a mechanical or traditional pencil. You can get an eraser, and we will need a piece of paper to draw on. And I also prepared a picture reference for us to draw together today so that we understand how can we actually break this down into very easy steps so that we can draw what we see in the picture reference onto our paper. So you guys can go ahead and download this file over here below in the link. It's completely free, so go ahead and download that so we can go ahead and start drawing. So the first step what we want to do here is to simplify it and find the largest basic shape. Okay, so basic shapes, we have 5 different basic shapes that we can use. There are the first basic shapes, which is basically made of all of straight lines. So you have triangles, you have squares, and you also have rectangles. Now the secondary basic shapes are a little bit more curvy, slightly bit harder to control, but they still do work, are circles and ovals. So to make it easier for you, I want to make sure that I kind of drill that into your brain, is that you want to make sure that it's easier for you to draw, not harder. So I would suggest using the straight lines because they are a little bit more obvious to see if the angles are slightly bit off or if they are spot on and correct. So let's go ahead and start with the largest basic shape and finding that in our picture. So for this drawing over here, we are going to use a triangle, which is the most easiest shape that we could see when we take a look at this flower. So the next thing that I'm going to do here, step number 2, is to divide this larger shape. So you can either add 1 extra line to divide it. So for example, if we want to find where the base of the flower is, or where does this leaf start, so we can actually cut down this large basic shape, which is our triangle here, and you can divide it so that this big shape gets cut down and becomes 2 medium shapes. So now let's go ahead and add another new line, and we're going to add some new medium shapes. So this line will kind of box off the outside of the flower. Now, the third step, you probably might have guessed what it is that we are going to continue dividing these shapes into even smaller shapes. So you kind of see how the sequence goes, right? It goes from big, medium, small. So we always want to make sure that we have the big shape correct because it's easier to change. Think about it. If you were to start with the smallest details and you would go in and you would like draw all the extra little petals and the leaf patterns and all that stuff, and then later you notice, oh wait, I don't have space for other stuff. Poop, right? So you want to make sure that you plan everything ahead so that everything fits on your paper, and also just makes your life so much easier, right? Because imagine you did all that work, you spent probably, I don't know how many hours, 10 hours on it, and then now you have to erase everything, like literally everything. It feels really bad to do that. I've been there before. I know that feeling, and I've seen a lot of students do the same thing. So here is a way to learn from my mistakes students' mistakes so that you can feel less pain and agony. So we're going to divide now these medium shapes into small shapes, and then this is where we're kind of blocking off more specific parts of the flower. So let's go ahead and block in these purple lines over here. I made sure to make different color ones so it's easier for you guys to see which lines we are drawing next. So these lines are boxing off the leaf, and this part is boxing off the part of the flower petal. So step number 4 is to add curved lines. So now it looks very robotic, very man-made, very geometrical. So what we're going to do here is we're going to smooth things out, make things look more organic. And usually what I mean by organic is that make it look more like the actual thing, which is natural. Flowers are part of nature. They're very beautiful, very curved lines. So we want to add in those aspects and qualities to our drawing. So things are going to start looking more like a flower. Yay! Now, when we're starting over here, as you can see, I start drawing the curved line for the stem of the flower, and then here I'm going in and drawing the outline and contour for the flower petal. So what you want to do here is that you want to make sure you take your time to see where exactly is this shape. So checking out negative shape, which basically means the spacing that's outside of the leaf or the flower, for example. And you want to make sure that you understand where these curved lines are placed, how far do they reach outwards, and if they go past a specific border, which is basically the straight lines that we drew from the first, second, and third step. So the straight lines are used as guidelines to help you understand where these curved shapes would go. So these are really super helpful for you to see how things are shaped, where are they placed, and also great for double checking just to see if everything fits in. Kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, you know? And as you close in and have less and less space to add all these smaller details, you'll definitely see how some lines could be misplaced because you're losing space. So this is a great way to practice your line placement, proportions, and spacing of shapes and lines. And here is step number 5. We made it. Step number 5 is to clean off all the construction lines that we do not need anymore so that we can actually start filling in the shadows or coloring it in with colored pencils, or if you want to do watercolor or any other type of art mediums, you can go ahead and do that. So yeah, there you go. That's how we simplify any picture reference using basic shapes and just break it down so that it's easy and simple for us to draw. If you love this video, you'll definitely love this video over here, which is where we also learn a different method of drawing our picture reference onto our paper, but using the grid method. So check that out and try out, see what works for you, because there is a billion different ways of drawing and getting the results that we want. So test things out, experiment for yourself, and see what you can discover. Thanks again for joining this brand new art tutorial and episode, and I hope it was super helpful for you guys. If you love this video, make sure to click the like button and also click the subscribe button to get the latest updates of when a new art tutorial and productivity video that comes out for you guys each week. So stay tuned for that. And if you got any questions on particular stuff and this particular art tutorial, comment below because I will love to help you out. I'm here to help, and I want you to be able to draw your favorite picture onto a paper or a canvas, whichever it is though. But the key idea is to be able to translate picture reference to drawing. Okay, well, have a wonderful week, and I shall see you guys in the next episode. Happy drawing, happy painting, stay creative, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye!